Hello, this is David Hanson, Carin Architecture and Construction. Today we're going to talk about a finished office cabinet that's round, a rounded cabinet. When we do something like this, since we're both an architecture and construction company and a little bit of an odd duck, it starts out in Janette's hands. And the thing that Janette started noticing, the first thing that she did when she started drawing this, is she had to be thinking about the sizes here, and to make sure like the fridge is square, but this is round. So if you picture this, this is going back like this. So I remember her just saying, man, I struggled with this because to try to get these sizes equal on the front, and then you got to bring it back to the back was like hard to figure out. All right, so Jared, tell us a little bit about the process of how to figure out what these walls were around. How did you do that?
It started, like you were saying, in the architecture and design phase. We knew the size of the silo, and that was actually, the silo was constructed with these OSB plates, basically, these curved plates. And so we had essentially a template of the inside of the wall here, minus the thickness of the drywall. So we were able to use the template, pat it out another ½ an inch, and that gave us the exact curve of the inside of finished drywall, that we were able to start the whole process of really knowing how this cabinet was going to curve around the wall in here.
So Kevin, you did some of the cutting work here. How did you do that, or how did you make this so this feels just beautifully curved? And we don't have a CNC, I'm embarrassed to say, so how do you do it?
So what we did is we knew our dimension from the center of our room to the outside of the wall, which determines our radius, and then we built a radial arm. So we matched the center point of the radius to the blade of our router that swung around, and each radius that you're talking about here, here, and here, we shortened that router length to be able to cut it, and that's why you get such a smooth finish on it, because you cut it with the router, then chase it again, and then you get that real nice crisp line all the way across.
Yeah. Does it make you nervous?
Yes.
Because if you screw this up, it's like hours and hours of.
It's hours. It's a lot of material, especially with these desktops. I mean, these sheets of quarter-sawn white oak aren't cheap. So yeah, you really have to dial it in. Be careful.
A couple of things. The installation, wasn't it hard to get this stuff up here?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. I think it took all 6 to 7 of us to basically have to curve it up a corkscrew staircase, turning it, flipping it, and this thing is incredibly heavy.
Yeah.
You can see the width of this room. You can imagine we're on the 3rd story, so it's going way up there. It's not just going up one flight of stairs.
Yeah. This is probably the hardest cabinet work you guys have ever done with the company, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
By far.
Yeah.
Something I wanted to point out, I think that's really cool is these lights, you don't see wires. Are they battery? How do they work? I mean, how?
Everything is hardwired in. So in the building of these, we actually we chased a little hole from where the lights are through the back of the cabinet and gave ourselves about a 1/4 to 1/2 inch of room to be able to chase all these wires down to our driver and power supply inside these cabinets down here. So everything is hardwired in with low voltage.
Yeah, and so that means you were probably just sweating it, drilling holes through these skinny shelves to reach a wire all the way through there. So, I mean, the detail of that is really incredible. And I love this too. Some guys would just make a little square thing here, but the way you guys panelize that's really a trick.
Yeah, we tried to match that kind of to the style of how we do our 2-inch custom corners. Tried to match the detail here as well.
Yeah. Wanted to congratulate you guys on being number one ace carpenter. So I appreciate it. Yeah.
It was a great project.